Did you ever wonder why Brazil is the only Portuguese-speaking country in South America? It's a fascinating conundrum, isn't it? Here we have a nation, Brazil, the largest in South America, nestled among Spanish-speaking countries, yet its tongue is Portuguese. This distinctive cultural identity sets Brazil apart, making it a unique gem in the continent's crown. But how did this come to be? To understand this, we must delve into the rich and captivating history of Brazil. Our story begins in the 15th century, with the Age of Discovery, a time of great adventure and exploration, where Portugal, a small but ambitious nation, set sail into the unknown, their sights set on the New World. The discovery of Brazil came about almost by happy accident. In the year 1500, a Portuguese fleet led by Pedro Álvares Cabral, en route to India, was blown off course by strong winds. They found themselves on the shores of a land that was vast, lush, and teeming with potential. This was Brazil, a land of untamed beauty and boundless opportunity. The Portuguese quickly recognized the economic potential of this new land. The fertile soil and tropical climate were perfect for sugarcane cultivation, a crop that was in high demand back in Europe. And so, they established the sugarcane economy, built on the back of enslaved indigenous people and later African slaves. The sweet taste of the cane masked the bitter reality of the exploitation that underpinned it. In 1594, Spain and Portugal signed the Treaty of Tordesillas, a decree from the Pope that drew an imaginary line across the world, granting Portugal the rights to Brazil. This treaty cemented Portugal's claim to the vast verdant land that was Brazil, and it began to mold and shape it in its image. As the sugarcane industry thrived, towns sprung up along the coast, and the Portuguese influence spread. Churches were built, language was taught, and a culture was formed, a fusion of European, African, and indigenous influences that would come to define Brazil's unique identity. But this era was not without its challenges. Tensions between the colonizers and the indigenous populations were high, and clashes were common. The indigenous people fought to protect their land and their way of life, resisting the Portuguese influence. The Portuguese had firmly established their presence, but the landscape of Brazil was about to change dramatically. Imagine a land where gold flows like rivers. This was Brazil in the late 17th century, when gold was discovered in the region of Minas Gerais. It was a discovery that would forever alter the trajectory of the country. The news of the discovery spread like wildfire. Prospectors from all corners of the globe flocked to Brazil, eager to stake their claim to the golden bounty. This rush for gold marked the birth of several inland cities as the population dispersed from the coast, drawn by the promise of wealth. The city of Vila Rica, or Rich Town, was one such city that sprang up almost overnight, its streets thrumming with the hustle and bustle of gold miners. But the gold rush didn't just lead to the creation of new cities. It also led to a significant shift of power within Brazil. The capital, which was initially Salvador, a city located along the coast, was moved to Rio de Janeiro. This shift was not arbitrary. Rio de Janeiro was closer to the gold mines of Minas Gerais, making it a more strategic location for the Portuguese monarchy. The capital's move marked a significant shift in Brazil's economic and political landscape, with gold becoming the primary driver of Brazil's economy. As the 18th century rolled on, the gold began to run dry. The once bustling gold mines started to fall silent, and the cities that had sprung up in the wake of the gold rush began to wane. But while the gold rush had ended, its impact on Brazil was profound. It had transformed the country's landscape, spurred the development of inland cities, and shifted the balance of power. The gold may have run out, but another valuable resource was on the horizon. As the sun set on the gold rush era, Brazil was about to embark on a new phase of its journey, one that would further shape its destiny. As the gold faded, a new black gold emerged: coffee. This precious bean became the lifeblood of Brazil's economy in the 19th century, propelling the nation towards a prosperous future. In the heart of Brazil, a city was growing, its roots deeply embedded in the fertile soil of coffee plantations. This was Sao Paulo, a city destined to become the beating heart of Brazil, its pulse synchronized with the rhythm of coffee production. The city expanded exponentially, drawing in workers and investors, all captivated by the intoxicating promise of black gold. But it wasn't just the urban landscape that was changing. The coffee coffee boom was reshaping the political and social fabric of Brazil, setting the stage for a monumental shift. The year 1822 marked a significant milestone in Brazil's history. The nation declared its independence from Portugal, breaking free from the chains of colonial rule. In the wake of independence, Brazil found itself standing at the crossroads of destiny. The path it chose would shape the nation's future. Brazil opted for a monarchical system, establishing the Empire of Brazil. This was a unique choice in a continent dominated by republics, a testament to Brazil's desire to carve out its own distinct identity. The Empire of Brazil, under the leadership of Emperor Pedro I and his successor Pedro II, saw significant advancements. The country flourished, its economy bolstered by the thriving coffee industry. Brazil was transforming, its identity solidifying, its place in the world becoming more defined. Yet the empire was not to last. The winds of change were blowing once more, carrying whispers of a republic. The monarchy had served its purpose, guiding Brazil through the early stages of nationhood. But the nation was maturing, its aspirations evolving. It was ready for a new form of governance, a new chapter in its history. The empire had risen, but it was soon to be replaced by a republic. As the final echoes of the empire faded, Brazil stood on the cusp of a new era, its eyes firmly set on the future. The year 1889 marked the birth of the Republic of Brazil. This wasn't a peaceful transition, mind you, but a result of a military coup that overthrew Emperor Dom Pedro II, ending more than 300 years of monarchical rule. The Republic, initially, was far from being a democratic paradise. It was marked by political instability, economic crises, and social inequality. Then came the military dictatorship in 1964, a dark period that lasted for over 2 decades. The military seized power under the guise of protecting democracy, but what followed were years of censorship, political repression, and human rights abuses. Despite these challenges, it was also a time of economic growth and infrastructural development, a paradox that sits heavy in the pages of Brazil's history. The return to democracy in the 1980s, known as the New Republic, was a breath of fresh air for the Brazilian people. It was a time of political reform and social change, with the adoption of a new constitution that emphasized human rights and political freedom. Fast forward to modern-day Brazil, a country that has grown to become the 9th largest economy in the world. It's a major player in the global stage, known for its vibrant culture, breathtaking landscapes, and love for football. It's also a leader in the agriculture sector, the world's largest producer of coffee, and home to the largest rainforest on Earth, the Amazon. But like any other nation, Brazil has its fair share of challenges. Economic inequality, political corruption, and environmental issues are matters that the country continues to grapple with. Yet, the spirit of the Brazilian people remains unbroken. Their resilience, their joy, their saudade, a word that has no direct translation in English, but embodies a deep emotional state of nostalgic longing for something or someone that one loves. These are the things that truly define Brazil. Through centuries of change, Brazil has emerged as a unique and vibrant nation. From the overthrow of a monarch to the birth of a republic, from a military dictatorship to a democratic system, Brazil's journey is a testament to its resilience and its unyielding spirit. Today, Brazil stands as the 5th largest country in the world, both by land area and population. As we journey through time, we are reminded of the rich tapestry of events that have shaped this vibrant country. From the moment the Portuguese explorers set foot on its soil, Brazil has been a land of change and transformation. The colonizers planted the seeds of what would become a new world, a world rich in culture, diversity, and resilience. The allure of gold in the 18th century shifted the balance of power, leading to the birth of new cities and the expansion of the Brazilian frontier. The black gold, or coffee, further propelled the nation's growth, paving the way for the birth of a nation. But the journey doesn't end there. The country continued to evolve from a monarchy to a republic, shaping the modern Brazil we know today. With every twist and turn of its history, Brazil has shown an uncanny ability to adapt and thrive. The cultural diversity of Brazil is a testament to its history. A melting pot of indigenous, African, European, and Asian influences, The country's culture is as diverse as its people. From the sugarcane fields of the 16th century to the bustling metropolises of today, Brazil's history is a testament to the enduring spirit of its people.